makes it a 9-point game. Forbath to send it away now following the touchdown. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. And last time they surrendered the safety, we know they don't want to do that again.
That is just one of those oddities in scoring that we get, and it's just so strange to see that go up on the board, and then you got to make sure that that doesn't happen to your teammate.
Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off at the 25, and they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Elliott running right, and he will fight his way forward to about the 23-yard line. Just a yard there, so it brings up a tough 3rd and 12. Here's Prescott. Cooper's got it. The play began back at the 23, and they pick up 23. On first down, it's Elliott. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Throwing, Prescott. And he's got Ezekiel Elliott. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. First down, Prescott. And this is caught. It's Cooper. The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Now Prescott. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Intended for Jason Witten. Incomplete.
Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. To the air again, Prescott. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Derwin James with a pick. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part.
And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Cowboys. 3 touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen.
This scheme is too dirty.
For them, but he identified an open target and put it right
I see
on
you
him.
popping people now.
This scheme is crazy.
Fullback to send it away now following the touchdown.
This nigga thought he was hot shit his first drive. He came down marching, scored. Yeah, he's been throwing picks ever since. And all I'm doing is running, look, cover 2 man and wide 9. This nigga's having problems.
The Charger drive about to get going. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half.
Good
Now,
swat.
as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing.
Got Byron and Uzi out there. Oh my, and these linebackers.
First down, here's 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Rivers.
Oh no. Oh no. Pat, are you still watching the stream? Oh no.
Picked off by the linebacker Jalen Smith.
How come he ain't quit yet?
He has heart. He's making like adjustments and everything.
The end of the season comes the announcement of the All-Pro team, and everybody was like, wait a second, Christian McCaffrey's listed twice. Is that a mistake? No, he got it both at running back and flex. Pretty impressive.
Very impressive, because I think a lot of people thought that if you have a running back and a flex position, that maybe Christian McCaffrey would go into the flex because he catches the ball so well. And you would go ahead and elevate the big guy out of Tennessee, Derrick Henry, to the All-Pro running back. Henry ends up being a second-team guy, but McCaffrey deserves being first-team running back as well as first-team flex. He had a tremendous, spectacular year.
And as you might imagine, Baltimore leads the way. 5 players named to the All-Pro selection. Of course, leading the way for them, the quarterback Lamar Jackson.
Yes, and rightly so. And I fully expect him to be named the MVP when we get to NFL honors right before the Super Bowl.
I'm past the 50,
He's going to
so
sweep
I
all
can't.
of those, and he deserves it. Carried that team throughout the season and got better in their bigger games.
Zeke. This should kind of be like a dead giveaway.
Hey, you should start running out of the gun, Miles, because he run commit now.
They're going to go for it here on 4th.
So you can dot that man up.
Oh, this is about to be a dirty ass route.
Prescott to throw on 4th. And he's able to hook up with Michael Gallup.
Yep. I got the first, and he's out of there. Look at Dak. 300 yards passing, Patrick. Ugh.
Brought down, but able to get it to their
30-yard
line.
He quit?
He's upset, I guess.
Nearing the
Is that supposed to be a pick in
300-yard
his
mark
eyes?
with still a quarter to play. It's 1st and 10.
He threw it right over Derwin James' head.
They'll go with Pollard here on
Oh, that's
first
on
down.
me.
Give him
That's
a
on
couple on the
me.
carry there. 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was
Good now,
swallowed
Zeke.
up because when
Let's
they're
try this
hoping
power.
this big
He's in a
defensive
pinch.
lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run
Oh,
through.
I guess
Didn't
I'll be
happen
good.
on that play.
They stay on the ground, but this time it's Allen.
His linebacker
Yard this
just
time
walked
as he's
backwards
taken
and
down
then
right around the
pushed.
26.
Shout out to the linebacker.
Now 3rd down is looming. A pickup of 2 on first down and just 1
Oh,
yard.
he hasn't
there.
been paying
Gotta
attention
get
to
the
that wheel,
20 to
though.
keep the drive alive
That wheel's
on
gotta be
3rd
crazy.
down. Now Prescott.
Like, that's just too far. But that's in a zone, anyways.
Picked off by
That's
Adrian
all right.
Phillips. And the return just out across the 15 to the 16-yard line. Well, with that incompletion, Charles, let's talk about the coaching carousel. Some new guys in new places. Ron Rivera to Washington. We got Mike McCarthy in Dallas. Matt Rule up from the college ranks to Carolina. And for the Giants, Joe Judge. Any surprises in your mind?
Well, I think you start with Joe Judge going to the Giants, coming from New England, where he was the special teams coach for most of his career, and this season added wide receivers to his duties. Well regarded within the ranks of the NFL. Not much known about him to the outside world. It's kind of a reveal to everyone. Joe Judge, people will...
And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Melvin Gordon, 84 yards. And the Chargers, they're able to cut into that deficit. But go ahead and give him the hat trick. He's been in the end zone now 3 times.
You toss your fedora first, okay? You go ahead and do that. But let's be honest about it. That third one, that's the most spectacular run he's had in the ballgame. It's almost as if he's been playing his own game of, can I top this? And each run has been more spectacular than the last.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious?
Oh, hold that block for another second.
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Now a throw left sideline here is complete. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
Yeah, me only down 2 possessions.
When you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation,
I feel like
the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good-headed steam going.
Back now in Arlington, it's the Cowboys with a football. They'll be looking to tack onto their lead as we get set for the 4th. The Cowboys on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5.
Hitting them seams, nasty.
From the shotgun, a give to Elliott. And they'll get him down.
That just didn't feel explosive. I don't like this whole.
On the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
What is it? This inside zone better blocking? I don't see a fucking difference.
Possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from
There's a
understanding
difference,
what was
all right.
going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stopped them for almost no gain.
That'll be a 49-yard punt, 6 yards there on the return. And that will come the offense as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Play fake to Gordon. Now Rivers. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off Byron Jones. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down.
There was no pressure, too. I feel hella bad
trying to
for
get that one to Allen that time.
That's hella fucked up. Cooper, I need a tutty here.
No, there was pressure. Marcus Lawrence was coming off that edge.
Eluding the pressure right. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. Got out of the pocket, didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice, get rid of it, live to fight another down.
Check 52's the mic, boys. 52. I got it. Check 3.
I'm bleeding.
Throwing again. Prescott on 2nd and 10. Looking for the end zone.
Ooh, I thought that was going to be a hottie. I thought that was a hottie,
for the
Pat.
interception in the end zone. Instead, 3rd down. big play
If
coming
we would
up.
throw it a
It's
little
third
bit
and
earlier,
10.
that
I
would
would
have
expect
been
to see
good.
some pressure here.
47. Watch the curl. Watch the curls. By 52. By 52.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And
Yeah, that's
intercepted.
just
Maybe the
stupid.
turning point they need.
That's just
Picked
stupid,
off by
man.
Denzel Perryman. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Two-score game here in the fourth, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on it trying to drain some clock.
It got his
Yeah,
man
nice
complete.
Keenan Allen. Just
That one
fucking
good
aggressive
for
catching.
37 yards. So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. On the ground, it's Eckler. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit. On 2nd and inches, Rivers. And his
Almost
throw
got it.
here is incomplete. He was looking for his tight
He
end,
didn't
Hunter
throw it.
Henry. And it's 3rd down.
Is he double teaming DeMarcus?
This
Why
was
can't
one right
DeMarcus
side
get
to that
loose?
incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage.
Good
It's
read.
caught inside
Good
the
read.
5. And he
Good
takes
read.
it in for a Charger
I went for the
touchdown.
gusto. For
Hunter
literally no
Henry,
reason at all.
35 yards.
Good read, sir.
As they are now just an extra point away from making
gotta
this a
place mine.
3-point game.
'Cause I've been
Extra
throwing
point by
stupid.
Badgley up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been. If
Bro,
he'd
I'm
taken
still
a knee.
stunned by Teddy's
They'll start
performance.
at the 21-yard line.
I'm still stunned. That nigga is a
Dallas
fucking
offense here
goat.
set to begin the drive. I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, very close, one-score game.
Yeah, and if I'm a defender, I'm actually chirping to you on the other side of the ball, saying, hey, we picked off the last one. What you going to do about it now? So when you do throw the football, high percentage, but throw it with confidence. Because if there's any hesitancy at all, it could end up in enemy's hands again.
To throw on
Oh
2nd
my
and 6.
God, are you
Prescott.
joking?
Credit the sack to Joey Bosa. They'll need a big play here. Will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Looking to throw. Prescott. That one complete. Elliott. And they will stop him short. They get him to the ground at the 27. No first down. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They're looking at a 4th down now as they try to hold on to this lead for dear life. They'll run it with Elliott. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. That one a backbreaker as they wind up converting there on 4th. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Damn, Miles, you just fucked him up. That just crushed his spirit right there.
Prescott.
I would go on the shoot clock.
He's going to take off with it. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there. It's 2nd down. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
These Amari Cooper in routes are something different.
Because he got that ability. Yeah.
Prescott. He's got a man complete. It's Amari Cooper. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Switch 47. Check. We're going to 53. Check. Cross. Here we go, 47. Cross. 47. 52.
Prescott. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Casey Hayward. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. So, my goodness, I wouldn't have thought this possible not too long ago, but that turnover there means we have a game again.
Yeah, it's been a completely different team here in the second half. I just wonder on the other side of the field where the starters telling the backups, get ready, you're going to get some playing time. And now guess what? Hope they didn't cut the tape off of their wrists and ankles. They've got to go back out there and play.
That throw good for 4. It's second down. They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Xavier Woods with a pick. Well, that puts a little bit of a wrinkle in their comeback bid.
Yeah, everything had turned around for them, hadn't it? I mean, things were now going their way. But you did mention it's a wrinkle in their comeback bid. It's not the death knell for them by any stretch, but now they've got some extra work to do in order to climb all the way back. I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
One man in the backfield, that's Elliott on second and goal.
GG's in the chat.
So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys. And you've got to say, CD, it was the defense who had a big part in the W.
No, without question. When you force 4 turnovers, you get to enjoy the spoils of victory, don't you? It's rare that you force 4 turnovers and lose a ball game. That's almost unheard of. They carried this one home. You talk about celebrating with each other and being in a position where going forward, all you think about is, let's get 5 next time. They're going to be on the hunt.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Cowboys as we sign off and say so long from Arlington. Today's sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the heart of Texas and the very wonderful AT&T Stadium in Arlington. Obviously, they do everything big here in Dallas, and the introduction to the Cowboys, no exception. They're set for football in Big D as their guys will do battle with the New York Jets. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
There you go. 58, come on. I got you. I got you. A little flare, a little flare, flare, flare. Here we go, 46. There we go, kill. Check, lucky. Check. Tighten up. Watch safety green. Here we go, going to 54, wide in. Safety's green. 26.
Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he's going to get about 7 yards on that one, up to around the 33.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. This is Elliott. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And deep he goes into Jets territory before being taken down. A big run that time by Elliott. 47 yards on the ground.
First down. First and 10 at the 20-yard line.
So a big play as it gets him all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. Here's Elliott. Into the secondary again. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Taking it in from the 20. And the Cowboys take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Forbath, the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Forbath descended away now following the touchdown. This fielded at the 2. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Darnold going to lead the Jets up now, 1st and 10 at their own 24. Now the first carry for Le'Veon Bell. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. A shotgun snap for Darnold. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way, and what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
Darnold and the Jets come up 3rd and long following the sack. Third and long, it's Darnold. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Now before they run this 4th down play, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. On 4th down, here's Lachlan Edwards to punt it. Back deep for the Cowboys, Tavon Austin. Fielded at the 33. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And coming up on their 2nd drive of the game, had the touchdown last time out. Now they have the football back. Chance to really seize early momentum.
Feels to me like they had a really excellent week of practice and it all came together. But I'll bet you it got galvanized in the locker room in pregame. Somehow I think the head coach, his oratorical skills were on point.
On 2nd down now, it's Elliott, and he'll be tackled at about the 35. It's a gain of 6, moves him to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation. Prescott on 3rd and 2. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Steve McClendon, credit him for the sack. Well, you don't usually get a sack from a nose tackle spot, but we got one there.
No, we don't, and a lot of the times in passing situations, they end up off the field anyway. So how happy was he to work his way back to the quarterback and put him on the ground? He's going to end up with a nickname after something like that, some Big Jelly or something like that.
On 4th, they do snap it to Prescott. And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Cowboys! Amari Cooper, 67 yards. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. Wow, talk about a big 4th down conversion for the score. Defensively, how do you let that happen?
I think you start with the offense, and you give them credit for going for it and having that type of, well, let's face it, audacity. But defensively, I think you're right on target, partner. There's no way something like that's supposed to happen in that situation. You're supposed to be able to shut that down and get the ball back for your own team. Instead, they give up not just a big play, but a touchdown.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points get that 0 off the board. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Bell. Limited running room as he'll get about 3 to the 21. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Throwing here on 3rd down, Darnold. With a double coverage, and it's intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Gonna take a shot for Gallup, and that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle 3rd of the field where he threw that one.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
They'll try to run for it with Elliott. And Elliott trying to work his way forward, but it looks like he did not make it. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
Well, with the kind of half he's had, I think we can forgive him that run, right? Not every run's going to be a big play, is it?
No, and also the blocking just wasn't there. No room to run.
Yeah, defensively, they got to find a way to build on that because he's eating them alive in the first half.
The field goal unit's going to stay put on the sideline. They're going to go on 4th down here.
58 to Mike. Man, I got you.
Now Prescott on 4th down. That's to his running back, complete. He cannot wiggle free. They stop him at the line on 4th down. Jason Garrett might be wanting to reconsider the decision to go for it there. And the Jets are going to get the football back. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. From the 31, Darnold. And he will find his man for the first time, Demaryius Thomas. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 23 yards the pickup there.
He's come a long way since his time at Georgia Tech. What did he run at Tech? He ran hitches and go routes, essentially.
Yeah.
I mean, but he ran them really well. He averaged well over 20 yards a catch while he was there. And he still creates downfield in the NFL. That big body and that willingness to go catch the football. He's pretty impressive.
And his friends call him Bebe, the nickname his uncle gave him back in the day. A very solid gain of 27.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
Now a first down carry by Bell. Bell a first down and then some. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Scampering home from 19 yards out as they are now on the board here in the first half. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. They'll start the drive with Elliott. And defensive back Jamal Adams in on the stop. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter, 14-7. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action.
58 to Mike. 58 to Mike. You got me. We're going to 53. 26.
From the 29, Prescott looking for Cooper. That's complete. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
One of the feature points of the in route is being able to make a nice throw to the middle part of the field. And for a quarterback, that's one of the better throws and better looks that he'll get. But he has to be careful not to wait too long and let his receiver wander into some tough territory. If he's late with the ball, he can get his receiver hit and hit hard.
Now the throw on third down, knocked away and incomplete. Problems on third down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on third down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the third down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on first and second down.
And he will have a first down here at about the 40. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on fourth. Looking deep in the direction of Cooper. And it's intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, this was a 14-0 game not too long ago. Things were looking pretty good. Then you give up the touchdown on the last drive. Now the interception.
So that's a lesson in trying to stay vigilant, isn't it? You have to stay on top of things. Can't relax too much because, as you noted, things change. Now they've got to go out there and get a spark going again and try and slow down this comeback.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Bell. And he'll take this forward only up to about the 7. Byron Jones in there to make the tackle.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because
and he fires one that's intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And they will set up shop, red zone territory at the 13-yard line.
You're trailing, you're trying to get points late in half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with.
Switch.
10th carry now for Elliott. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. Forbath able to convert the extra point, and it's now 21-7. Forbath descended away now following the touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down. And it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Xavier Woods with a pick. And he's given his guys a shot for late points as they will take over in range for a field goal or maybe more.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at the 19-yard line.
There you go. 58, come on. You ain't going nowhere. Kill. Hey, kill. 27. 26.
A first down throw for Prescott. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Marcus May with a pick. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Cooper was the target there.
1st and 10 at their own 10-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people think
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And Xavier Woods with a pick. And a potential turning point as they'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. Now Elliott. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Darnold. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Back to throw, Darnold. And that will be incomplete. So coming up empty here to start the 3rd quarter. Already 2 scores down. Got to be careful.
Yeah, I did notice, though, that the captain of the defense patted the quarterback on the helmet on his way out, pretty much letting him know, we know the pressure's on us. We're going to go out there and try and hold serve for you while you figure it out over here on the sidelines.
Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4. Yep. Hey, lady. Twist. Right there. 54, right there. Hey, lady. I got it. Hey, alert 3.
They're going to go. It's Darnold. It's brought in by Jamison Crowder. But they're going to wrap him up as he'll go down well short of a first. A surprising move to go for it. Predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And Dallas, they'll take over in terrific field position. First down, Prescott. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. That is caught. It's Cooper for the Cowboy touchdown. Amari Cooper, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. Forbath, the extra point, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Forbath to send it away now following the touchdown. This one taken from the 7. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Jets offense coming. They trail here by 24 points. Got to get going soon, you'd have to think, as they come up 1st and 10. On 1st down, it's Darnold. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. DeMarcus Lawrence able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon. After the sack on 1st down, Darnold, a screen to Bell. Nothing on the screen that time. Now it's 3rd down. So nothing there on the screen that time.
That means all that great acting they tried on offense went for naught, didn't it? Because you have to try and influence them. Make them think that you're doing something else. Make them think that they can get to the passer by letting them by and then setting up the screen and getting downfield. Didn't happen at all. Give a lot of credit to the defense for not tumbling.
And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. DeMarcus Lawrence. Who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon. And they are going for it. Darnold. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. Boy, a real head-scratcher there.